Hi vintage bakers! Today I'm in the kitchen making gingerbread cutouts.
These soft and tender gingerbread cookies are sturdy enough to decorate. This simple vintage recipe is full of warm holiday spices and a must-make recipe for the holiday season.
Gingerbread men or gingerbread cutouts are a time-honored tradition during the holidays. Everyone loves cutting out and decorating all the little festive cookies and gingerbread people, especially the kids. This recipe makes beautifully soft gingerbread cutout cookies that are also sturdy enough to decorate.
So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make soft and tender gingerbread cutouts.
To start the dough for this recipe, I'm going to add to a large bowl 1 cup of softened butter along with 1 cup of brown sugar. Beat this together until light and fluffy. For that classic gingerbread color, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of fancy or light molasses along with a 1/4 cup of water. Beat this together until incorporated. Make sure to scrape down the bottom and sides of the bowl as you go. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. For all the smells of Christmas that gingerbread brings, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1½ teaspoons of ground clove. Finally, add in 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Mix this just until the dough starts to come together. The less you handle the dough, the more tender the cookies will be in the end. I'm going to split the dough in half, form each into a disc shape, and wrap completely in plastic wrap. These are going to get stored in the fridge to chill for at least 1 to 2 hours. This is going to make the dough easier to roll out. Now that my dough is firmer, I'm going to roll it onto a lightly floured counter. Move and turn the dough often to make sure nothing is sticking. Sprinkle on more flour if needed to stop the dough from sticking to the rolling pin or the counter. Roll the dough out to about a 1/4 inch thickness, and then you're ready to start cutting. You can cut the dough into any festive shapes you like, the classic of course being gingerbread men. And this is the perfect time to let the kids take over. Cut the dough with shapes and then collect the dough back together and re-roll. Continue to cut out shapes until all of the dough is used up. Place the dough cutouts onto lined baking sheets. If you want to minimize the amount that the cookies spread in the oven, pop them into the freezer for 15 minutes. After that, they're ready to get popped into my preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven and bake for 10 to 12 minutes or until set and dry in the middle. Remove from the oven and allow to cool on the tray for 5 to 10 minutes before removing to a wire rack to cool completely before decorating. These cookies are delicious and flavorful just as they are, so no need to decorate if you would prefer to leave them just like this. For decorating these cookies, my favorite icing is either royal icing or buttercream. Buttercream is soft, delicious, and easy for kids to decorate with. If you want to go with a more professional or sophisticated looking gingerbread man, I love using icing that goes on soft but dries hard. And for that, I'm going to make some royal icing. To a large bowl, add 2 pounds or 900 grams of icing sugar, along with 5 tablespoons of meringue powder. Mix this together and, with the mixture still running on low, pour in 2/3 cup of warm water. Once all the powder is incorporated, I'm going to turn the mixer up to medium speed and beat for about 4 minutes or until the icing is light, fluffy, and holds a stiff peak. If you want to color the icing for decorating, separate it out into little bowls first and mix in the food coloring. Thin the icing with a small amount of water. A little goes a long way when it comes to adding water to this icing. I can't give you an exact measurement for the water, but I would just mix 1 teaspoon at a time until you have your desired thickness for the icing. For fluffier detail icing, you want it to be the same consistency as mayonnaise. For runnier icing that you want to use to cover an entire cookie, you want it to be the consistency of runny honey. Place the icing into a piping bag or a sealable sandwich bag and snip a small hole in the corner. And then comes the fun part, decorating all of the cookies. Decorate any designs you would like, add sprinkles or candy embellishments. This icing will set hard after about 12 hours and the cookies are ready to eat, get packaged as gifts in Christmas cookie boxes, or take to any holiday functions. This is a great classic Christmas cookie and must-bake recipe for a nostalgic Christmas. Enjoy! Happy holidays! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.